Hi everyone, OC from Digital Adventures got another great project for you today. This is how to create a buzzer feature in a game. So what we have is a button that we click on and it lights up from left to right and then everything goes away. So this is a way that you can have this in maybe a quiz game, a Jeopardy-like game, or really anything that you want to create an animated effect based on a mouse press. So let's exit out a full screen and I'm going to show you how we built this. So I'm going to stop this here. Essentially what we have is 4 different sprites. We have a button sprite, we have 3 balls, and we have just a pink backdrop. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this existing code in these sprites, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to navigate over to the ball sprite once we get this code cleared out of here. So we start on the button here, and what we're going to do on the button is we're going to go into events. We're going to grab ourselves a when green flag clicked, and what we're going to do first is we're going to set our size to 100%. And that's because what we're going to do is we're going to make the button a little bigger when we click on it, so we always want it to normalize back to that 100%. Next thing that we're going to do is within control, we're going to get ourselves a forever loop. And then we're going to nest inside of here an if-then conditional statement. And this if-then conditional statement, what we're going to do is we're going to be sensing for whether or not the mouse down, so like when we click on that button, we want to know that that is happening. And once we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to broadcast a message. That message is going to be buzzer. And we're going to put that right in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change our size by 10. And then what we want to do is we want to make sure that we wait a half of a second so that we can see that effect take place. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change our size by a -10. That's really all the code that we need for the button. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the first ball, and we're going to start programming that. So the first thing that we want to do is we're going to grab ourselves a when green flag clicked. Then we're going to get ourselves a a hide block. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say what's going to happen when I receive that buzzer. So we send out the buzzer broadcast message, and it gets received in the different areas of the game. And so what we're going to do is first we're going to get ourselves a wait block. We're going to have this wait by 1/10 of a second. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves a show block. And then following that, what we're going to do is we're going to change our brightness effect. We're going to change that by 25. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab another wait block out of control. And we're going to have this wait 4/10 of a second. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hide this. And so the code for all of these balls is going to be similar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this over. What we do is we just put it right on top there. Once it shakes, it copies in there. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do this one more time for both of these. However, there are going to be a few differences. So we're going to make sure that we got all of this copied over for both of these. All right. And then within ball 2, what we're going to do is we're going to change our times a little bit. So what we're going to do is instead of it being 0.1, we're going to have this be 0.2. And instead of this being 0.4, we're going to have this be 0.3. So we want all of these to equal up to a half of a second. But because we want that left-right effect, what we want to do is we want to give the first ball time to show up, then the second ball time to show up, and then the third ball time to show up. And so finally what we're going to do is we're going to go over to ball 3, and we're going to change this to 0.3 seconds, and we're going to change this one to 0.2 seconds. So now if we click on full screen, we click on the green flag, what we can see is what happens when we do this effect. So the button gets a little bigger, and then we have those lighted balls that go from left to right across the screen. So I hope you all are enjoying these projects. If you do, give us a like, a comment, or a subscribe, and we hope to see you back for the next one. Thank you so much.